Hello and welcome back. Great to see everybody again. Just at home currently, about to head to the port in 30 minutes time, port of Tauranga. Going to be on the MV Bunun Leader, registered in Panama and built in 2019. Chinese crew. Interesting. I've worked with Chinese crew before. Great guys to work with. The English isn't always the best, but I make do with it. It's all for the experience, you know. To any existing viewers and subscribers, welcome back. Great to see you all again. If you are new here and you do enjoy this video, please subscribe, like, and feel free to leave a comment. Anyhow, let's get this show on the road and we'll see you down at the port of Tauranga. Here's our vessel, the Bunun Leader, taking us to China. Our final port hasn't been confirmed yet, but we'll update later on in the video. Welcome on board. Departed yesterday evening, 19:30, 7:30 p.m. Smooth departure, no issues. Let's do the tour of the ship first, starting off with my cabin. Then we'll go check out the bridge, the rest of the accommodation area, engine room, and quick tour around the outside. My cabin, it is a officer's spare cabin, really big in space. I think this is probably the biggest cabin I've had on any of the vessels I've been on so far. Got some seating space here. I'm just using it for storage. Excuse the mess, haven't really had a chance to clean everything up properly. The bed, just pretty comfortable, bit of a hard mattress, but had a good sleep on there last night. Cabinet for storage, the desk, view out the window, almost uninterrupted. Again, probably one of the best views I've had on any of the ships I've been on so far. We have a cupboard, closet, whatever you want to call it. Life jacket, sorry, immersion suit up there. Life jackets inside. Down there. The bathroom. Hello. Shower, sink, toilet, plenty of space. So yeah, that's the cabin. Let's go check out the bridge. Day 2 into the voyage, about 100 miles northeast of New Zealand. Speed currently 10.5 knots. It's very windy outside. It seems like we've got a current pushing us, hence the lower speed. I've seen far higher speeds on this journey, up to 12 and 13 knots, but hopefully it picks up throughout the voyage. Let's have a little tour of the bridge and what's what. So every bridge is different, obviously. This is the MV Bunun Leader. We have Ectus 1 and 2 here. Next to that we have the X-band and S-band radar. We have the S-band currently switched off, just using X-band at the moment. Next to that we have the helm, the wheel. Yes, big ship and very small wheel, currently on autopilot. No need to hand steer. What do we got up here? We have the magnetic compass, the clock, speed in knots, engine RPM, clinometer that basically shows how much the vessel is rolling. We have the rudder indicator, and next to that the Wind direction on the left, wind speed on the right. This is the gyroscopic compass. We have the echo sounder, which is used in shallow waters. Number 2 VHF. Number 1 VHF. The AIS box. That yellow button there is the BNWAS, the BNWAS, which is basically used to make sure the officer on duty is still awake, or if there's anything wrong on the bridge. If it's not pushed within the certain time frame, the alarm will be sent down to the captain and other officers to come and check on the bridge. Have the engine room telephone on the right. As soon as you pick that up, it goes straight down to the engine control room, and on the left is the telephone for the rest of the vessel, for the other cabins on the ship, so you can contact different cabins with that. This is the engine telegraph, goes straight down to the engine room, currently on nav full. There are the other power settings you can change to: full, half, slow, dead ahead and stop. Then you have astern, dead slow, slow, half, full and emergency full, in the event the vessel needs to come to a sudden stop, which is never used because it can damage the engine. That's our weights for this voyage, our draft, how many meters the vessel is below the water. Total ton 36,207.4 metric tons. That is the ship and the cargo together. Our cargo is pine logs destined for China, which is used to make furniture, building materials, and I believe it gets used for paper manufacturing too. Let's take a look at the ship's particulars. MV Bunun Leader, registered in Panama. Keel was laid 4th of March 2015, launched June 2019 and delivered July 30, 2019. It is a bulk carrier and an NK class vessel. Length overall 179.97 meters, 29.8 meters wide. That is the engine there. It is a Makita Mitsui MAN B&W 6S50ME-C8.2. Those are maximum drafts for the ship and maximum weights. 5 cargo holds in total, which is the standard for this kind of vessel. Let's have a look at the rest of the bridge now. We have the coffee and tea making area, hot water machine. Coffee and tea is a seafarer's best friend. Fridge, sink, the MFHF radios and Inmarsat. We receive any distress messages or weather warnings from land-based stations. Sorry. Alarm panel, steering gear alarm. Navigation lights and other ship lights, external ship lights. Air horn control. We have the GMT clock and local time. The local time is on the right, and that is equivalent to all the other clocks on the ship and all the cabins and rooms. Water ingress alarm system. Aneroid barometer showing the outside air pressure. Will be 1019 hectopascals. Thermometer. Muster lists. That is basically all the crew's responsibilities in the event of an emergency. We have number 1 GPS, number 2 GPS, and the speed logger. Yeah, that's what they call it. It's a speed log, right?
Yeah, speed log.
Speed log, that's the name. Thanks for that. Third officer just correcting me there. Sorry, forgot to check out the back here. Outside here in the corridor, we have the bathroom and nav locker. Let's have a look inside the nav locker. Inside the nav locker you have a little bit messy in here. Just some miscellaneous safety gear, flares, line throwing apparatus, immersion suits. fire alarm. Going to the radio instrument room now. Basically just a office space with some laptops. Show you the view one more time. So that is the bridge on MV Bunun Leader. Hope you enjoyed that quick tour. Let's go have a look at the rest of the ship. D-deck. Got the captain and chief engineer's cabin, a meeting room, officer's spare, and pilot's cabin, which is currently unoccupied. Up the stairs is the bridge, where we've just come downstairs from. Here's my cabin. Showed you that a little bit earlier in the video. The meeting room. To the left, the chief engineer's cabin. And to my right we have the master's captain's cabin. We won't go inside, respect everybody's privacy of course. On C deck we have the first, second and third engineer's cabin, chief officer, second officer and third officer's cabin, and an officer's spare cabin, also the bosun's cabin, and a few other crew cabins as well. Behind me we have the officer's laundry and drying room. Shared bathroom facilities. Another officer's spare cabin. And just before I forget, this is the chief officer's cabin, supposedly a restricted area. Let's head down to B deck. B deck, we have the hospital here, the gymnasium, and other crewmen's cabins. The crew's laundry and drying room. So this is the gymnasium, but they've actually installed a table tennis table. For the gymnasium, they've actually used a cabin and retrofitted it and turned it into the gym, basically. Through this door, access to the starboard side lifeboat, which I will show a little bit later in the video. This is the ship's hospital. Crew's showering room. And another shared toilet. Let's head downstairs and check out A deck. Welcome to A deck. This is basically the common deck for all the crew, common areas. We have the ship's office, cargo office, isn't really used during the voyage, more for in port to deal with any business, any official documentation to be signed. Yeah, this is where it happens. We have a shared bathroom for all the crew, smoking room or rec room, mahjong table. I think that's mahjong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Television on the wall, seating area, smoking area. The crew's dining room, the crew mess room. I think everybody's still asleep. Yeah, Sunday morning. Everyone's having their Sunday sleeping. Not me though, I'm always up nice and early. I had a time change yesterday, so yeah, still a little bit, I wouldn't call it jet lagged, I'd probably call it boat lagged. Officer smoking room, pretty much the same as the cruise room, except they've just got a fancier decor in here. Nice wood accents on the walls and stuff, a little bit nicer furniture. Also a television, a little bit larger TV. Good for movie nights, karaoke nights. The officer's mess room, meal room. Also basically the same as the crew one, just a little bit fancier looking, that's all. Through this way we have the pantry and galley, the kitchen. And they've just got some cardboard down there for grease or anything, just to keep the floors clean. Alright, so let's have a look where the food is stored. Through that door there. We haven't had a look at this on any of my videos yet. Where is the food stored on the ship to keep the crew fed? Well, very simple. We're just below the galley, which is up these stairs here. This is the provision space. So we have the fridge room. Got fish, vegetables, and meat stored in there in this fridge here. Sorry, I'll try to get a better angle. And next to that, we have the provision store, which is locked. Chief Cook's got the key to that. Yeah, this is where our food's stored. We're now going downstairs to the upper deck. We are now on the upper deck. Here we have the engine room, crew's changing room and shower space up the back. The changing room for the deck crew. This is a electric room, ballast water management system, also being used for storage for bottled water, so to see. Also a toilet down here. The air conditioning and refrigeration room. Okay, let's head down to the engine room. Welcome to the engine room. 3 floors in total. Really spacious open area in here. Plenty of room. Probably the biggest engine room I've seen on any of the vessels I've been on so far. Have the workshop. Looks like they're cleaning some parts at the moment. Here we have 4 oil purifiers, 3 diesel generators on this vessel, giving us our electricity. And behind me, the main engine. We're now right down the bottom of the engine room. The engine turns this large wheel here, and that goes out to the back to the propeller, in turn propelling us through the water. This is the nerve center of the engine room, the ECR, engine control room. Bunch of gauges, alarm panel, and other electrical switches. This piece of machinery here is the freshwater generator, giving us our fresh water on board the ship. Here we are now in the steering gear room. That wraps up the tour inside the ship. Let's head outside now and have a look around there. Now on the upper deck, outside area, both sides are the same, port and starboard. We're now on the port side. Access to number 4 cross deck. emergency generator room, gangway, currently stowed, cabin entrance to the upper deck, which I showed a little earlier on in the video, stairway up to A deck, we'll head up there soon. Provision space, it's where the fridge, freezer and dry stuff is kept, also which I showed a little bit earlier on in the video. Main hatch for the engine room workshop. Mooring lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 in total. Steering gear room entrance / engine room. View out the back. Now heading over to the starboard side. Garbage space, rubbish, etc. Paint store. Very strong paint smell from there. Another gangway. CO2 bottle room for firefighting. Starboard side accommodation entrance, tally office, and starboard side access to cross deck number 4. Let's head up to A deck. Starboard side of A deck. Not much deck space here, just a lifeboat station for the starboard side lifeboat. Lifeboat can be accessed via those stairs and also direct access from B deck, which is up there. Port side of A deck, basically mirror image of starboard side. Another lifeboat, crane, another crane up the back there too. So that's A deck. Again, no access from B deck, it's only on the starboard side, so you'll have to come down to A deck and climb back up the stairs. Let's head up to B deck. Not too much to see here, just a port and starboard side accommodation entrance and some exhaust fans. Next up, C deck. On C deck we have the engine room exhausts and the funnel. Starboard side of C deck, mirror image of the port side. Next up, my deck, we'll head up to D deck. Now on the starboard side of D deck, this is where my cabin is located inside. Nice amount of deck space here, good for sunbathing in the hotter climates. Definitely be taking advantage of that when we get closer to Papua New Guinea next weekend. Just coming over to the port side. And finally, we will head up to Bridge and have a look at Monkey Island. We are now on the Bridge port side. Heading around to the starboard side. Basically the same as the port side. Alright, last up, Monkey Island. Let's go have a look up there. Saving the best view for last. Monkey Island, right above the bridge. Bunch of antennas and radar domes, etc. Antenna domes. Navigation lights. With radar booms, X-band, S-band. Don't want to stay up here too long, but yeah. Magnetic compass. Starlink antenna. Yeah, a lot of Starlink on board, it's great. Only get a gigabyte of data per week, but better than nothing, I suppose. So that's all the outside areas done. Hope you all enjoyed that. Catch up inside soon. That wraps up the tour of the bridge inside and outside of Bunun Leader. Thank you for watching that. Stick around, there's more to come, more footage throughout the journey. I'll show you what the food's like on board, For some reason, whenever I'm on board of these vessels, the captain always plans some sort of extravagant event, like a barbecue or something. So it is Sunday today. I think they were planning on making dumplings or something. So let's go downstairs and check out the commotion down there. All hands on deck making dumplings. Happy Sunday. Good vibes in here. Got the karaoke machine pumping. Making some more dough. And here we have the finished product. Yes, I did help. Not just here to eat. Finished. Bon appetit. Let's eat. So another function of the MFHF radio is you can listen to AM radio. Now this station is from Tuvalu. We are about 100 nautical miles southwest of New Caledonia. Look at this beautiful sunset behind me. Now in the evening time, you can sometimes pick up stations from as far away as the west coast of the United States, China, Japan. I believe it's due to less radiomagnetic interference in the atmosphere at night time. Yeah. Not sure if you can see clearly, but we are passing the north end of New Caledonia now, close by Comac. 40 miles offshore. Starboard side, a lifeboat station, abandoned ship drill. So the lifeboat we saw on my last vessel was a freefall lifeboat. This is known as a davit lifeboat, which is lowered into the water by the two cranes either side. Let's see it in action. Not actually lowering it all the way in, just dropping it down along the side. But you get the idea of how it works. Lifting it back up now. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is just before midday. We are approaching New Ireland, Papua New Guinea. I'll try and zoom in. See if you can see it. There we go. Land coming into view. Couple of islands over to the other side here. We have a car carrier, New Century 1, heading to Auckland, New Zealand. Almost in the northern hemisphere. And there we have it, in the northern hemisphere. Looks exactly the same as the south. Just a mid-journey update. We are now 7.5 degrees north of the equator. Lovely day today, very calm seas. We are now going to Caofeidian, the northern part of China, located next to Tianjin. We're now on top of the Challenger Deep. Deepest point here, 10,920 meters. As you can see, we're about to cross over the part where it's 10,909 meters. To put that into feet for any American viewers, that's almost 33,000 feet. Looks pretty much the same on top of the surface. We're about 170 miles southwest of Guam. To put that depth into perspective, it's about the same The depth is about the same height as an average passenger jet flies. So yeah, it's really deep. Just off the coast of Jeju Island, South Korea, our speed has dropped significantly down to about 7.8 knots. So we might not be arriving till Saturday the 26th at this stage because of this. Yeah. As you saw on the bridge earlier on in the video, I showed you the engine telegraph.
Yeah, this is the telegraph, and we answer the telegraph. Use this.
So you answer what the bridge requests, and that controls how much fuel oil.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, second engineer. China, on our way to the hotel in Tianjin. He's staying in the city centre for 2 nights. Just arrived at my hotel. It's called the Ocean Hotel Tianjin, located in downtown. Let's have a look at the view. The river view is nice. Thanks for coming along on the journey from New Zealand to China on board Bunun Leader. Had a lovely time on board. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Help me to grow. Everyone who's subscribed so far, thank you so much for your unprecedented support. Truly appreciate it. Until next time, see you later.